What is up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well today. As you guys can tell by today's video title, we have a really fun video that might also be quite helpful to you guys. As you can tell by the title, in today's video, we're going to be testing out some more affordable dupes of Skims. I recently got a comment on my last Skims video saying that I should try out the Primark dupes. And to be honest, I didn't even realize that was a thing. So thank you to whoever commented that because that is how this video was born. So I ended up going to the Primark at Milton Keynes, and lo and behold, they did have all of the products that I wanted to test out for this video. So today we're basically going to be testing out Skims versus the Primark dupes. So to really give these dupes a fair test, I have also ordered almost like the equivalent from Skims itself. Now, as you guys know, I have done a couple of Skims videos in the past. If you haven't seen them, I'll link them in the eye and the description. But to be honest, I am a fan of Skims. I feel like the quality is good, but the price point could be a little bit better. So today we're going to find out whether Skims is really worth the money when it's up against a Primark dupe. If you guys are new here and you guys haven't seen my face before, hi, I'm Roxy, welcome to my channel. If you guys want to stick around, be sure to subscribe down below. But I guess without further ado, let's see what these dupes are all about. Let's get into the video. Okay, so first things first, I really want to talk to you guys about some of the packaging from Primark because in all honesty, I feel like it is so similar to the Skims. So here we have these sculpting shorts in mid-thigh from Skims. These were £34, which is quite pricey. On the other hand, we have Primark, and I mean, even from the packaging, it is so similar. I don't know, like the whole vibe about it, like the shape of the box, the size of it, the fact that it's got a photo of models actually wearing the product in like neutral colors, it's just very similar to me. However, the price point of this is very far from this one. This was only £6. I genuinely couldn't believe it. If these actually work, I'm gonna be so shook. Unfortunately, Primark doesn't have as many color ranges as Skims do, of course. The one that I picked up is in the color taupe. It's kind of like a light cream kind of color, and I felt like the equivalent to that was the shade Clay from Skims. First things first, here are the Skims. They literally look like they could fit a doll or a child. However, they do have a lot of stretch and they do feel really nice quality. The thing that really makes me laugh is the back. Like, look at this little butt region. It is so tiny. Anyway, this obviously will stretch out once you've got it on to actually fit your butt. And then we have the Primark version, which looks like this. They are far larger than the Skims, so obviously these are not going to stretch as much. Now, comparing the Skims to the Primark version, this is the difference that we are seeing. First things first, the color match obviously isn't exact, but it's similar enough. The butt region is basically the same concept. Like, it's just got this excess fabric so that your butt can go in it. It will be nice and sculpting. Obviously, size-wise, this is a lot smaller than this one. I feel like that's because this fabric is ultra stretchy and it does do that thing of like sucking your whole body in. So this being a little bit more human size, I think that maybe it'll be a bit more comfortable, but it probably won't have as much strength to really like tuck you in. But I guess let's try these on side by side and see which one we prefer. All right, guys, so here are the Skims sculpting mid-brief cycling shorts, I think they're called. They actually feel very, very comforting and nice on, but they are quite tight. There's a lot of tension and pull around my thighs right here. There's not really that much pull or tug around the tummy, which does suck a little bit because I do love my core control. But all in all, it's a very comfortable and really nice quality pair of cycling shorts. The one criticism I have is that as I was pulling them on, they actually started to kind of like have a ladder right in the center of my crotch, which is clearly not ideal. It's not supposed to happen, I don't think. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it from that far away, but essentially it's just a ladder going all the way up right in the middle. I guess let's try the Primark versions and see how they compare. Okay, so here are the Primark versions. As we can see, they are definitely a little bit higher waisted, which I do not mind. I actually quite like that. It's very cinching at the waist and I feel like it's really giving me a lot of shape. They're definitely nowhere near as tight as the Skims in terms of like pulling at the stomach, pulling at the thighs, which might actually be some people's preference. Personally, I prefer this one compared to the Skims only because I just feel so much more comfortable. But some people could argue because it isn't as tight as Skims, it might not really be doing that much in terms of sculpting your body. To be honest, I feel like it is a personal preference from individual to individual how tight they actually want their shapewear to be. I'm kind of like in the middle. I like to be nice and snug, but not cutting off my circulation. So this is actually quite perfect. So this is what they look like from the front, from the side, and then from the back. Once again, these are not as sheer as the Skims on the back. All in all, I do really like these. I feel like they they are very reasonably priced for what they are. So if you're after some sculpting cycling shorts, run to Primark. All right, guys, moving on to the next product, we have the bodysuit. Now, I was so pleased to find the dupe at Primark because this is actually one of my favorite products from Skims. It is this bodysuit right here, and the one that we have inside isn't actually what's on the cover. This is called the bodysuit briefs with snaps. I got mine in the shade ochre in small to medium size. This little bad boy, however, is £60, which I feel like is so much money, but it is really worth the product because the product is amazing quality. However, if there's an alternative that's a little bit cheaper, you best believe I'm gonna be willing to try it. So when I found this at Primark in the sculpting section, I was like, this literally looks like a Skims bodysuit. Granted, it does have a few stains here and there. This was actually the last one in extra small, so I just had to grab it regardless. But again, this one was super affordable. It was only £8. So comparing the two, obviously they're different in the way of the fit, but I have a feeling once they're on, they should be very similar looking. When I purchased this bodysuit on Skims, they didn't actually have it in a similar color to this, but it definitely exists from Skims. Now, the idea behind the size of the Skims is that they are so tiny that they literally look like they could fit a kid. However, they are very stretchy, and once you put them on, that's why it really like tugs you in and just holds you. I'm not too sure if this one is gonna do that because it's obviously not as tight fitting as this one, but I guess let's try them on side by side and see what we think. All right, so first up, we're starting up with the Skims bodysuit once again. So this, I feel like, isn't doing as good of a job at core control as the shorts. I still feel like I can see my little bloated belly, like it's not really doing anything. Most of the pull that I feel is actually around my waist. I feel like it is very profiled and very sculpting around my waist. I feel like my chest area is very uplifted in this bodysuit, and everything else I feel like is okay. I do feel like the actual cut of the bikini line is making my like side hips a little bit splodgy on the side. I don't know if that's just because of how I've positioned the bodysuit, but I feel like it doesn't look the most flattering here. But all in all, it's a really good quality bodysuit. I just don't think it has much core control. But let's compare it now to the Primark one. Okay, so weirdly enough, I actually feel like I prefer the Primark version of this bodysuit just because it actually has the same kind of like cinching in feeling on the waist, but it has a touch bit more around my tummy. I think it's just because of the fabric. This one is like slightly more ribbed, so I feel like I can really control where the tension is. If I just sort of pull it down into this region, I feel like it just tucks in my belly a little bit more than the other one. I also prefer how this one is finished around the trim. It's nowhere near as tight as the Skims one. It doesn't feel like it's cutting into my hip here, and it's not leaving that weird bulge. I feel like the thing I slightly prefer on the Skims is the way that the breast area is. The Skims one actually has like this slightly thinner fabric just underneath the chest to kind of give an air gap. I actually kind of like that, so there's nothing wrong with this one, but I prefer the Skims one slightly more. But all in all, I really like this, and I think for the money that this was, it is so worth it. So this is what it looks like from the front. This is what it looks like from the side, as well as the back. I would say if you want to break out into the bodysuit world, try this one because I feel like this is a good entry level one. Okay, now moving on to the next product, we're going to be trying out the leggings. So this is my first time trying out the Skims sculpting leggings. I have not been able to get my hands on these for ages. These are quite pricey. They're £70, and I just don't know if that's going to be worth the money. I really wanted to get these in the black so that they would match the Primark dupe. However, they didn't have them in stock in my size, so I had to go for the color sand. And then on the other hand, we have the Primark dupe, which are the controlling shaper leggings. These were £4. Let's crack these open and see what they are about. They feel really nice. The fabric is completely seamless. I love this so much. Look how stretchy they are. And now here are the Skims ones worth £70. I actually didn't realize these would be like proper shaping leggings with like the butt. These do have like a little bit of something going on. I mean, look at this leg. It's almost like ruched in a way. It has this like long, super stretchy kind of band lining the side of the leggings. That is very interesting. I feel like in terms of fabric, they are very similar It's that same super stretchy, spandexy kind of fabric. I don't really know how to describe it. But £70 versus £4 is quite a jump in price. So let's try these both on and see which one we prefer. Okay, so here is what the Skims leggings look like on. And let me tell you, this literally felt like I was back in 2016 trying to scrape on a really skinny pair of jeans. It was so tough to get on, and as a result of that, I have pulled a seam. It's also placed in a very unfortunate position because I don't know if you guys will be able to see, but it's like right there, like right in the middle. It kind of looks like I've got a camel toe because of it, but I really don't, I promise. As I was trying to pull these on, I guess the fabric overstretched and it created a ladder, kind of like how a pair of tights would when you get a rip. It is very unfortunate, but I mean, this was my size, so I don't really understand why it was so difficult to put on. They do feel very, very tight around my thighs. They feel very tight, to be honest, around everywhere. These do have quite a lot of core control, so I will take off my hat for that. They're also very snatching at the waist. I genuinely feel like I cannot breathe, but this is what they look like from the side as well as the back. They may be a little bit see-through, so don't mind that. But all in all, I feel like they are good quality. It's just such a shame that they were so tight that it literally created a rip. I'm gonna have to send these back because I feel like for 60 or 70 pounds, however much these were, that is not acceptable to get a rip as you're trying to put them on for the first time. This rip will just continue going all the way up here, and that is not a vibe. So I'm giving this a bit of a thumbs down. But anyways, let's try the Primark versions on and see how they sort of compare. And here are the Primark ones on compared to Skims. I actually really like these. They were definitely so much easier to put on than the Skims ones. They do feel a little bit tight, but not excessively. I feel like with these ones, the main sculpting point that pulls it in is definitely around the thighs. So if that's kind of like your target area that you really want to sculpt and tuck in, I feel like these would be a really good option. There's not really that much sculpting around the tummy. I feel like I'm just wearing a regular pair of leggings, but then again, they are quite sculpting in the waist. They do feel kind of tight around here. I know it is quite hard to visually compare the two, especially because they're different colors, but I would say I feel much more comfortable in these ones. I feel like they're doing enough for them to be able to be classed as sculpting, but they're not like stopping my circulation. So as always, this is what they look like from the front, from the side, as well as the back. I'm actually very surprised that these are not see-through, especially because they're black and they're very stretchy. I feel like they are very opaque. So which ones do we prefer, the Skims or these ones? I feel like I actually prefer these ones. I mean, they didn't rip whilst I was trying to put them on, and I feel like I could get so many more pairs for the price of one of the Skims. And now moving on to the last comparison, I managed to find a dupe for the cotton briefs and bra. So here they are from Skims. I'm pretty sure I've tried this in my first ever Skims video, and I actually really liked the bra and like the shape of it. However, I wasn't too keen on the cycling shorts. I just felt like the shape of them was a little bit weird. Rather than come in at the waist with the waistband, they actually seem to come out further. So when I put these on, this waistband is just so loose around my waist, which is not a vibe, but still it's quite a popular set from Skims, so I wanted to try out the dupe for it. The dupe for it from Primark was not the same color. It's actually this baby blue set. However, just by looking at the shapes of these sets, you can really see the similarities. So we have the triangular kind of bra with the thick waistband. It's made of this really nice cotton, ribbed kind of stretchy fabric. And then the cycling shorts are also rather similar in terms of length, the waistband. Hopefully this one will be a little bit more fitted though. So once again, the Primark set was really affordable. It was only £8, whereas the Skims set together would be £64. I guess let's put both of these to the test side by side and see what they look like on. So here's the Skims cotton kind of two-piece. Obviously, these two pieces don't come as a set, but they do make a really nice set actually. I have to say I'm very impressed this time around because now that I've bought this for the second time, the waistband actually fits me properly. I think maybe I just got a faulty batch last time because this waistband was so loose. However, now it actually fits as it's meant to be. Also, the bra is really nice. It's very comfortable on, and I just love the fabric that this is made out of. Obviously, it is quite an expensive set when it really doesn't need to be, so I'm really keen to see what the Primark one will look like compared to this. this. Okay, so here is the Primark version and what it looks like on compared to the Skims. I actually really like this. I think the color is super fun. The fabric feels very similar in terms of like quality, so honestly I don't really have much to comment on in terms of that. I do have to say with this pair I probably should have sized down because it's actually doing that thing on the waistband that I said the Skims one would do. Either way, in terms of aesthetics, I feel like this is a very similar set to the Skims one, obviously beside the color. So if you're going for that Skims set kind of vibe but you don't want to splurge the money, I would highly recommend going to Primark and picking up this set because it's really nice quality. So this is what it looks like from the front, the side, and then the back as always. I'm living for this color. I wish that Skims did things in this color because it's so fun. Alright guys, so that is everything for today's video and my comparison of the Primark dupes to Skims. Let me know what you guys thought of these dupes. Did you think they were good? Did you think they were better? My final verdict is that the Primark kind of dupes were probably not as good in terms of sculpting the body as the Skims are. I feel like that is definitely what you pay for with the Skims. However, if you're not really that bothered about like the sculpting, the slimming side of it, and if you're just after kind of like the comfort of these pieces of clothing underneath your clothes just to kind of smooth everything out and hold you in, I feel like Primark is pretty good at that. Obviously for the price of one Skims item you could get like countless of the Primark version, so it's really about weighing out what is right for you and what you would like to spend your money on. I feel like I am pretty impressed with the Primark dupes regardless, so I am gonna give them a big thumbs up. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you smash that huge thumbs up down below as well. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If there's any other videos like this that you want me to do, definitely comment them down below. I always like to listen to your suggestions. But as always, that is all from me. Thank you guys so much for being here and watching this video, and hopefully I will see you guys in my next one. Bye! Mwah.